Public Health England are reviewing it, but what has become clear to me is that the process was not as it should have been. There were queues. We knew 37 healthcare workers were coming in together. We did not have enough staff there from Public Health England. So we need to sort that out, and they need to make sure that when we next have a group coming in, we have sufficient people there. Clearly Public Health England are looking into the facts, and I don't have all of that detail yet. But as I understand it, she, the nurse, was cleared for flying when she arrived because her temperature was in the range and she felt well. The system worked because when she then felt a bit hot, she rang the screening centre and said, "I'm still here hot," and they called her back and she was retested. They were very careful. They kept her for 30 minutes, checked her temperature 6 times, it was within range, and she said she was well. So she was allowed on the flight. I do want to reassure the public, she was not a risk to people. She was incubating the disease, we know now, but at that time we didn't know. And at that point, now, we know there would have been some virus in her blood, but nowhere else. It's a difficult virus to catch. You can only catch it from blood and late in the disease from diarrhea and vomit. It doesn't come through the air like flu. Sitting by someone doesn't give it to you unless they're bleeding over you. So she was safe, even with a retrospectoscope. I understand the public's concern, and I'm keen they recognise that she wasn't a risk. I've asked that we be precautionary. We've never seen an epidemic of Ebola like this before, and we're learning as we go, and it's important that we learn as we go. So I've asked we be precautionary. Everyone on that flight has now been contacted to give them information, to reassure them, and those in adjacent seats, close seats, are being asked to check their temperatures. I would be very surprised, from what we know at the moment, if any of them were to catch it. As we know it, the virus will have been at low levels in her blood, and there was no blood released from her body. I think with Ebola there is fear, and fear is contagious. But no patients in the Royal Free need to worry. This patient is in a world-class centre where they know what they're doing. She is being nursed in what we call a Trexler, one of those special plastic tents, by specially trained staff who know what they're doing, and they're not looking after other patients in the hospital. The hospital is a safe environment for all the patients and their relatives.